Hello, I'm Abhishek, and today I have taken a tech, going to a tech seminar, and the topic is HDD versus SSD, and its full form is solid state drives (SSD) and hard disk drives (HDD). They are both storage devices, and SSDs stores data in a flash memory, while HDDs store data in a magnetic disk. And SSDs are newer technology that is use silicon physical and chemical properties to offer more storage volume, speed, efficiency. However, HDDs are cost efficient, and it is cheap and option if you require infrequent data access in blocks of 1 MB or more at a time. And how I'm telling about the how SSDs work. Solid state drives contain non-volatile flash memory, and which combines a range of integrated circuits to store and retrieve data. Inside an SSD, we will find floating gate transistors and grid patterns. Each row within these grids is called a page, with many pages forming a block. An SSD stores information with these blocks. Different charges on the floating gate transistors translate in binary ones and the zeros. This binary is how an source in the binary is how an SSD communicates data. An SSD controller will track where specific data is stored with the drive, which allows you to access the data on your computer or laptop. How do SSD works? Unlike solid state drives, hard disk drives have several mechanical parts that move together to store and retrieve data. Inside an HDD device, there are spinning platters with magnetic coatings. Each platter has tracks or concentric circle on it is called segments. Each track and sector numbers creates a unique address that the HDD technology will use it to organize and locate data. And a motor spins an internal articulator arm with read write head. By reading the charge information on a particular segment, the read write head records and retrieves information. And IO controller and the operating system of the HDD tells the mechanical parts what do and when. And the main key differences between HDD and key differences are while solid state drives and hard drives both allow user to store files to they work differently. Many of the differences that SSDs have from the HDDs from advancements made to the technology. Read process. The read process is how HDDs and SSDs retrieve data on their devices. When you ask an HDD drive to retrieve data, a signal is sent to the IO controller. The controller then signals to the actuator arm, telling it where the required data is by reading the charges of its at the addresses. The read write gathers the data, and HDD latency measures how long it takes from the actuator arm to move to the correct track and sector. SSDs do not have moving parts. When you attempt to retrieve data, the SSD control finds the data block's address and begins to read its charge. If the block is ideal and a process garbage collection begins. The process erases inactive blocks, freeing them for a new storage. This is a process, and the writing process is a very important. And writing process of the mainly things about the write process is how HDDs and SSDs record new information. Every track and sector in HDD is a new location to store data. When you attempt to save new data and read write, how head moves to the nearest available location, Once there, it changes the charge of any necessary bits, which saves the information in binary to the track and sector. An internal HDD algorithm processes data before writing it, which ensures it formatted correctly. And when you change or rewrite any part of data on SSD, it must update the entire flash book, and the first SSD copies the old data to an available block. Next, it erases the original block, rewriting the data with changes to the block of the space to move and temporarily duplicate the data. As a user, you can't access the additional storage. SSDs run faster and use less energy than HDDs. You can see this when you move a large files. SSD can copy files at upwards and 500 Mbps MB per second. Never SSD can go up to the 35,000 3500 MB per second on the other hand. This is why HDs only transfer at that 30 150 MB per second, and we have to change into the performance. SSDs run faster and use less energy than the HDDs. You can see when you move large files, SSDs can copy files at upwards 500 MB per second. Newer SSDs can even go up to 35,000 to 3,500 MB per second. On the other hand, HDDs only transfer at 30 to 150 MB per second. SSDs are also faster for running application. They conduct to read the write process at the 150 to 250 MB per second, while HDDs are do the same at 0.1 to 1.7 MB per second. HDD speed is limited by the platter rotating speed. Platter rotating speed are limited to 4,200 to 7,200 revolutions per minute (RPM), which makes HDD slower than the electronic SSD.